We are live, and no, I don't have an agenda written. I've been flat out today. How are you,
You're
mate?
gonna fly like an eagle, Michael.
I know. It's the same.
You know agenda. Fuck.
It's the same. I've got some stats up on my phone, but welcome to everyone. Sorry we're a few minutes late. Tiggs was getting me all excited about Wednesday night. So
big show Wednesday.
Boys and girls, the trade show Wednesday night. He didn't drop any names to me. He's very good like that, but he gave me a bit of a hint of what's to come. So make sure we tune in.
I hope everyone's all right. Considering the news today, it was a kick in the guts for me. Lockdown, not even a lockdown, a curfew.
I know. It's not that we want to talk political stuff on the show, but all we'll say, stay safe, everyone. And if you do need to, if you're struggling mentally, wanting to talk to anyone, my inbox is open, Tiggs is open, CB is open.
Yeah.
We're always
100%.
here to chat, whether it's about football, life, whatever. Just make sure we all get around each other and stay safe first and foremost.
Can I give a promise? Can I give a promise, Michaels?
Yeah.
When lockdown is finally over, everyone on chat, please listen to this and hold me to it and hold Michaels to it, because he's already agreed, even though he doesn't know who to say it. He'll do this.
This is good, yeah.
After, when COVID's finally done and dusted and everyone's comfortable, we'll get Michaels to pick the pub. It's probably the Swan Hotel or something. Hopefully they're still open. I don't care if it's during a game, before a game, after a game, or we just all have a beer together. That's what I would fucking love. My way to say, g'day, thank you, to the listeners, because they're fantastic.
We love our listeners.
Yeah.
I'm definitely keen to have a few beers with some of the viewers out there. It'd be very good. Now, you will notice there's only two of us tonight. CB can't make it. He is a bit caught up with doing some real-life stuff, so I'm sure he might jump on later. I'm not too sure, but shout out to CB if you are watching, mate. So I'm
CB, shout out. You know what he's doing, really? See, because of the curfew.
No,
it's the curfew. It's a curfew. It's the last time you can go out in the middle of the night and book in people's houses and, does a little pervy. Isn't that right, CB? So you're just making your last night, buddy. Go and maximise it, son.
No, we love CB. I'm thinking he might be there on Wednesday night, so hopefully he's on board for that. Can we come pick up from Pansdale? Possibly. Someone might swing your way, Greg.
Mate, if the hotels are open and stuff, mate, make it a night. Come over. We'll just get in the piss. No one drive. Walk. Train it. Cab it.
Maybe we do the Dion Prestia pub crawl that's the media decided to go with.
Yeah, we'll go out. We'll go out for an innocent lunch and take a photo with someone and get done on the media. But no, how did that get blown up? Didn't it?
Yeah, when I first saw it, my first hope was I really hope it's an old photo, and turns out it wasn't. But to the club's credit and his manager's credit, they knocked it on the head pretty quickly. That for those who haven't seen what come out was that he was within his 5 kilometre radius. He was picking up some food and posed for that photo with some mates, and that's about it. So all above board, all ticked off. As usual, though, some of the heavy hitters went real hard, real early on that to try and bury us, but that's nothing new.
Yeah. Mate, Karen must have been so upset when he found out it was, nothing in it.
I know. Well, there's quite a few, but I was just, I'm sure we all were, breathe a sigh of relief that it wasn't what we were thinking it was. So, because the next sanction would have been a bit nasty. But Theon's let to go get his food and get some photos. It's he's man of the people.
Mate, this fucking laptop work's giving me. It does make me look like I have blue lips. There's nothing I can do to change it. That's why I'm going to have this beer. So you see I haven't got blue lips. I have not got an oxygen problem. Just want to let people know that.
All right. Now, there was a game that did take place with us. Bit of a shellacking. So GWS 16-10, 106 defeated Richmond 10-7, 67 by 39 points. And it was... I really thought we'd put up a better effort than what we did, just given what was on the line. It was kind of a little bit disappointing, but to GWS's credit, they played extraordinarily well. They were well drilled. They hit all their targets. They made the most of their chances and thoroughly deserved to win by that much, if not more. But bit of a poor showing from our guys.
Yeah, look, we were flat as tags. I think we just ran out of gas. No, Lee, it's a work. They've given me a shitty Dell laptop, but no, look, I was disappointed. I was like, for me, that was the game, and as if there was fuel in the tank, we'd show it there and then,
Yeah, I agree.
and we didn't do it. In saying that, I can't go past it. I'm not the bigger person. I'm sorry. That first 5 minutes of that game, if you ever wanted to get, if you did not know the sport and you had money on that game, you'd think you'd been fucking match fixed. Like Hogan, clear in the back. Even I was listening to, I can't listen to BT, he fucking does my head in, right? So I had SEN on, and they even said, hold on, the umpire's clear in view. Saw that. That's a free kick, right? So if you're getting Richmond normal haters basically saying that's a fucking clear free kick, how did Hogan get paid it? That was done. And then Lynch just touching the guy's chest. That's all he did. He didn't fucking grab him. He didn't pull him down. He didn't headlock him. He just put his arm out. Disallowed Jack's goal. And then there was a third decision right after that. That was another, it was 3 goals. And I just thought.
The one against Grimes when they got the free kick.
Oh, when he just elbowed the back, he just like a shove more than an elbow.
That may have been there, but it probably happens 20 times a game and never gets noticed.
It wasn't there. There was no force. It was just like a push back at the back because the guy that was like 3 goals, league head start. And then seeing that GWS was on their night, they were on song. Every bounce of the ball went, this is taking nothing away from they played. But they hit, like you said, hit targets. Like you play that game 10 times, they wouldn't be able to do it 7 out of 10 times, right? But then again, I actually watched it watch parts of it to get ready for the show again, just to refresh my memory. And it also was based on our lack of pressure in the midfield. And that's been our Achilles heel all season. We lost all of our midfield for the first half and then getting them back in, and they've not come in sync. Like Prestia has probably come in after his second stint in and hit form pretty quickly. But outside of that, and Graham's worked his ass off, but we put him in a defensive. But outside, we've got limited depth. Lambert, it's not 100%. He hasn't been doing any stints in the midfield, which was a concern. So I can't wait. The season's over. I'm glad it's over. It's over for me.
And I think the realist in all of us, and we said it for weeks now, a lot of us accepted and knew that the season was probably done. Yes, we were mathematically possible, and I think we are still mathematically possible to make it. It's not worth it, and it's not going to happen. No. And it's fine. It is what it is. But I do think people writing us off totally from existence for the next few years are doing it at their own peril. Not saying we're going to win a flag next year, not at all, but I just don't think this year is an accurate reflection of what will be like next year. I think there's a lot of factors at play that hopefully won't be there next year, and we'll have a better crack at it. But full credit to the Giants, though, like we said, they were good. Their ins were good, and they played like they wanted to win. So, and I reckon that they'll be tough to come up against in the finals if they play like that.
Yeah, look, with the people writing us off, they're just idiots, like absolute idiots. Like David King, with all of his faults, he and Dermot Berridon, again, with all of his faults, both of them think it's more, we will bounce back pretty hard next year. And I agree, particularly on what I know, which I'll share on Wednesday. Even if our long-term plan comes off and that's the way we lean, we'll bounce, get these guys fit. Get them rested. And you know what? This hunger question won't be an issue. What's good, this year's shown how shallow our midfield is. Our post-clearance game, that we're happy to lose this centre clearance and get the post-clearance possession. That's broken now with the new rules. It's killed it. So we now know that. And we've got a really smart coach. He'll go to work on this. We'll get a couple of good assistants, I'm sure. We'll reinvest in our footy department, and we'll go from strength to strength.
Yeah, we definitely have to do a reset of sorts with our midfield structure. Like, we've got some quality players in there from just a pure talent perspective, but we are getting slaughtered in clearances. And I know, and we all know, as a club, we haven't put a value on clearances for a number of years now because we've banked on our defence being good enough to turn the ball over and win games from the back half, which has been fine, but the defense has been totally different this year, and it just hasn't worked. And I think we desperately need to address it. And I feel like Soldo coming back in will make a huge difference. Like, as much as I love Nankervis, he's an absolute legend. Soldo's tap work, just naturally because of his size, is far superior to Nanks, and hopefully we might get a few more even breaks from the middle.
Yeah, but the important point, I'll clarify what I mean by clearance. For me, I don't care if we don't win clearances again next year, right? Now, while everyone picks up, catches their breath. What I mean by that is what's killed us is our ability to defend stoppages, right? That's what's killed us. Is you make no mistake about it. We're the worst side in defending the stoppage. So once the ball's in congestion, they get it out, and we can't defend it. That's what's been crucifying us. And we haven't been getting post clearance again because it's on the back of that. So, and that's the nature. What that comes to is having players playing roles that they not normally should be playing to make up our midfield shortfall. So having people without the fully IQ in there in that position, they'll get better because they know how to run in it. They'll get another pre-season in it. So that should improve. But for me, having Soldo in there gives us another look. We just get our stoppage game going again, the ability to defend the stoppage. How often did we not see how Richmond used to go defensive side on a stoppage, allow the ball to go out once, then that's the person that they swarm, get the ball and then kick it off. That's what we've missed this year. And our game plan hinges on that that one aspect, and not being able to do it consistently is it's the reason why in games we came up and down, and even against GWS, the last quarter, we started going up, we started running. How much was that the pressure dying off on GWS? But, we started kicking goals again, and we only got done by 36 points, which I thought was going to be like 100-point smashing one stage, how bad we were. So, we'll be right. I'm 100% bullish about that. Anyone writing us off is a fool. If we have a bad year again next year, I'd be like, all right, full rebuild. Right? That's how I will be. But I know it's not going to happen. Yeah,
exactly right. I'm sure we've all got mates out there who wanted to shoot off the sneaky text like he's done and get stuck into us, and that's fine. And, if the best sort of one they've got to come at us with is, you don't get to win your third flag in a row, then, wow, that's the joke's on them, I think. We've had a pretty good run in it. I think it's far from over. So I just want to say quickly, go on.
You know how everyone, when we won last year, was saying, it's a COVID season? Doesn't count. Your Geelong supporters or the Salties. Let's see if one of them win it. Geelong, I'm wrapped. All I want is two things happen this final series. Essendon to lose the first final and go out. That I have to have happen. And Geelong to lose a prelim. If those two things happen, I'll be happy as a pig in shit.
It's a win. What I want to know from the viewers and from you as well, Tiggs, although you kind of given away half the answer, given that we aren't going to win it this year, if you had to pick a team that you wanted to see go all the way now, knowing that the 8's kind of set, who is everyone out there wanting to win the flag now, that we're not going to do it ourselves?
What we're waiting for the guys to answer, I'll say mine, Port. And there's a reason. I don't like Port. I hate the team, actually. But I love their supporters. They remind me very much of, we're obviously better looking and more educated than they are as a general rule, but they remind me the way they're passionate about their club is how we're passionate about ours. So just for their supporters, I'd want Port to get up.
Okay. No, that's fair. I don't know whether I could stand that or not, but there's a lot of people coming through for Melbourne and Bulldogs.
Oh, not their supporters. Oh, fuck. Those are their punches. Oh, talk back radio for, we're going to win the flag, and it was round 7. No, hubris is Melbourne for me.
Yeah, I don't know who I want to win. It's actually really hard to pick a winner. Like, there's years have gone by where, it's been us that have dominated the comp, and you could say, yeah, they're going to be thereabouts. This year, you couldn't pick a definite final two teams to play off.
Yeah, I don't want GWS wise. It validates the AFL manufacturing a club and fucking over foundation clubs like ours. They fucked us over with all the draft pick concession. Thank God to work our way we got Dusty. But look, probably Bulldogs because they're vanilla. Like, when they won the flag, like, who really cared? Right, that'd be a neutral win for me. Bulldogs win, I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be sad. Good on them.
Seeing a lot of not Geelong comments in here as well.
Yeah.
And what's everyone's thoughts on the very strong likelihood of the grand final being played at Perth Stadium, or Optus Stadium, sorry? What do you think about that, Tiggs?
Yeah, doesn't bother me. For me, I'm doing what the players are going to do. I'm just switching off from footy. I'm just going to enjoy the off season and trade and all that sort of stuff, and just re-energise. I don't know if it's lockdowns. I don't know if it's the the winning fatigue, but I think I need a solid break from it too, just to recharge and appreciate what I see in front of me come round one. A fantastic dynasty side going at it.
Yeah, exactly right. So I suppose the message still is, folks, don't be disheartened by the fact we're not going to play finals this year. It's not the end of the world. It's probably going to do the guys a world of good, like we've said the last few weeks. It's hard yakka to go, to back it up year after year on the shorter pre-season because you play so deep into September or October. It's going to be okay. So with that, Tiger Den, we'll get stuck into it. While Tiggs is doing his Tiger Den, make sure you get your questions ready, folks, because we'll answer some questions after it as well.
Yeah, look, my Tiger Den's a pretty it's actually a non-football related one. Just real quick, it's not a preaching or anything like that. It's just I really want everyone just to focus. There's a lot of shit going on in the world. We've got COVID, what we're dealing domestically at home, but you've got the Afghans and all that sort of stuff. I just want to say, just appreciate what you have. There's people without jobs now, but they've got family around them. I live that. If seriously, I really want to say this, if you feel down, if you feel isolated, if you feel anything at all, reach the fuck out. You know what I mean? Just do it. Don't have your pride get in the way. If you need financial support, if you need help, reach out. That's all I really wanted to say, particularly in the light of what's happened today. So.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. All right, we'll take some questions from the viewers. We won't do many or any trade-related ones because we've obviously got the trade show coming up Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. and it's going to be a cracker. So any other questions, though, we are happy to take. But before we do, that is a very good point, Paul. At least we're going to save money on merchandise.
Yes.
That is going to be some silver lining there, I think, for everyone, that we are going to save some money there. Can we start the trade show tonight? No, we can't, unfortunately.
Towards the end, I'll give you a tidbit, but that's all. You've got to watch Wednesday.
This isn't so much a question, but it's something I'll ask you about. Cochrana's injury. So it's come out that he's missing the last game with a PCL injury.
Yeah.
The vibe's been he's not been right for a little while. Do you reckon he's been carrying that for a few weeks?
Yeah, strained PCL. Yeah, you can. Yeah. That explained it to me. His lack of ability to accelerate from the spread. That's what was killing us. Like he couldn't get to the contest immediately. He would always come so late. That explains it to me. And he's carried it for 8 weeks or whatever it is. He's been playing since he come back. So let him rest up. Just play the kids. Just play. Rest up anyone. When in doubt, just put them away. They've got 6 months to recover. Thank heavens.
100%. No, I'm on board for that. Can we talk about Hawley tonight? Now, this one's an interesting one because Hawley was interviewed on the radio and he obviously expressed his desire to keep playing and he was keen to go around again. Dimmer asked the similar question and he obviously has to play the straight bat of we'll make our list management decisions once the season ends. We'll have all those discussions with the players, etc. Where do you sit in this camp, Tiggs? And even listeners as well, where do you guys all think the Bashir Hawley saga will end up? Will he stay a Tiger and go around another year or will he be looking elsewhere?
Oh, he played quality football this year in spurts. He wasn't consistent, but no one in the side was, right? So I'll say that first. I'm happy for him to go a year again, only if he understands that he'll probably play about 7-8 games. If there's a young kid that's in the back line, like Stack takes his spot, he's staying in the half-back line. Mansell staying in the half-back line. Rioli was a revelation in the half-back line. I want him to stay there. If the coaches go, and so he's going to be break in case of injury. If he's happy with that, because I know we rate him as a culture driver, he's great with this. He can be like a player/assistant coach. I'm all for it. If he's no, I want to be a starting 22 and that's what I want, then I'd say to him, look, listen, Hawley, we love you. You're always a Richmond man, but, move on. That's how I would do it. I don't think that's disrespectful, but we have to give these young kids. What's hurt us more this year is being so successful for so long, we haven't given senior game experience to a lot of our young kids and they got exposed. We identified that we can't keep on repeating the same mistake. So harsh decisions have to be made. So that's my vision of Hawley. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think what you said would be a disrespectful way to go about it at all. I think that you look at how well Mansell's progressed during the year, Stack, like you said, Rioli, I mean, these guys are going to carry us forward for the next, 5, 7, 10 years in that part of the ground. And I think there does come a time where we have to put our eyes firmly on the future. And I think, even with Bash's injuries, I think he might be okay with playing that sort of part-time role and helping the VFL guys come through and being a more developmental side coach and a leader on and off the field. I think that would actually suit him very, very well if that's what he wanted to do. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting decision. And if he doesn't end up staying with us for whatever reason, I've got no doubt he will get picked up somewhere else. What's been the shining lights and the positive to take out of this season?
Oh, that's a great question, isn't it? Shining lights for me, Mansell. For me, we've got ourselves 150, 200 a game player. I also think Mansell will be the top. I know he's slight and he's small at the moment, but the kid's going to grow. He looks to me like an inside mid. I know he's not playing that role, but he's got the aggression. He's got the white line fever type play style. I could see him be go ball, get ball as he puts on size. I'd love to see him have spurts in the midfield. Mansell's one of my shining lights. Obviously, RCD getting more game time, we've been crying out to see. And that happened. Obviously, he's identified that he needs a running coach. It's like fucking desperately. So I hope he's going to really take that on board and address it. Rioli's recovery. I knew it was close to writing him off, even though I love him. He plays with dare again from the half back up, but he still doesn't know his role. How you know that is when you get the ball and then he has to do the 360 turnaround because he doesn't know where he's going. He did it, but that's with him learning a new role. He's going to get a full preseason in that role, and his kicking is fantastic. His field kicking. And that's something that we really hurt us when all of our backs started going out. We kept on turning the ball from the back 50. So, Cristiano, that's what I'm thinking, mate. Mansell maybe as a tagger, we don't employ one, but you can use that as he grows. He's just too slight. But no, good point. So Daniel Rioli's recovery in form was really, really good. Also to see the young kids, see Stack back. You love his football.
Big. That's huge. Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably the three ones that stand out. I know I'm missing probably a hope more, but they're the three that stick out to me.
The other one for me is Baker. I know he's had some down games as well, but I think it's safe to say he's good. Definitely outweighs his bad in terms of output. He always gives it a crack. Dual-sided. He's tough as nails, and he's turned himself into a player who can play multiple positions. And by necessity because of all the different injuries and shit we've had during the year. So he's really asserted himself in this team, and I like him on the half-forward line as much as I like him on the back line, as much as I like him in the midfield. So credit to Bakes for doing that. And I really liked Mansell, and I put my hand up a few times with this. In the preseason game he played, he was shithouse, and I was starting to wonder why we signed him instead of Green. But he absolutely proved me wrong. He's been unbelievable this year for stepping into his first year of footy. He's been very, very good, Mansell. And the Rioli move, I agree with you as well. I don't care if he is taking on those 45, degree kicks inboard and stuffs one up. I don't care. I'd rather see someone take the risk to try and get us in a more attacking position. And like I said, he's going to learn that role a lot more in the off season, and no doubt he'll be better for it.
Spot on. Yeah, and what was good too is all the kids that we brought on, the majority, not all of them, that'd be not 100% right, showed something. Dow showed something. Ralph Smith showed something. RCD showed something. So the kids that we injected, the one that I have to admit disappointed me, it was Naish. He played a couple of good games, and everyone knows I love Naish, but there's concerns. I don't know. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully he proves me wrong, and he stays on the list one, and if he does, he makes it. The one kid for me that I'm really spewing that we didn't see, and it breaks my heart we didn't see, and I'm worried he's going to get delisted because there was not enough games on VFL, is Miller. With Asprey being as injury prone as he is, we put Garthwaite. Now I get Garthwaite has an extra string in his bow that he can play forward, but Miller should have played. I don't know why. Maybe he's injured. I don't know. Maybe someone would know why he wasn't picked. But if he's fit and healthy and he's not picked for this weekend, I'll fucking lose it.
Well, yeah. If he didn't get a game in that sort of peak time when we were down, Asprey, Broad, Bolter, Yeah, I don't know when he is going to get one. That was, a bit of a baffling decision. Parker.
Yeah, Parker. Parker,
that's
actually,
another
that's
a
great.
good shining
Yeah,
light
good
too.
stuff, Paul.
Miller had a groin injury. Okay, same week as Bolter.
Okay.
Would have been good to have seen him play those. This is the problem. Without the VFL, it's hard to get a gauge on a lot of these things.
I hope he's done enough to keep his spot. I hope he has done enough to keep his spot because, I like him. I really do. And I hope I have a chance to be proven right when you actually see him play.
This next one's a tough one because I'm going to only let you pick one. Who's the best young player?
Oh, I can't go past Mansell. Now, we're talking about young as in new. Yeah, we're not talking about, for example, I know Stack's young and I know, Baker's young. And are we talking?
Interesting.
How
do you quantify? Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Because even Bolton really, by definition, is young. But
young,
I would say first or second year would be my take.
Yeah, Mansell for me. He one amount of games he played consecutively. That shows to me that his rehab is elite in his preparation. Even though we were getting in some games, the back line was getting smashed. He always maintained discipline with his opponent, and he loved to and he tried to support. I'm just loving the kid. Yeah, Mansell for me, best young player.
Yeah, it's hard to go past Mansell. He's done extremely, extremely well. So,
and it's important to clarify this. When I say best, I don't mean the best skilled or the highest ceiling type. The best that I see that add value to the side this year, and that would be Mansell. Yeah.
It's not exactly a question, but to your point, Chris, I agree, mate. Dow's movement in traffic, he's looking really good. And for someone who missed a large chunk of the year due to sickness, pardon me, I'm really liking him. So he's going to put on, a fraction more size, obviously, over the off-season next year, and he's going to be good, Dow. All right, Hugo showed a bit. And the other player we want to see is Cumberland. Poor kids.
Oh, yeah. Why?
9 goals in 2 games.
Picked.
Couldn't get a gig. Oh, shit.
I don't understand it. What did he do wrong?
I don't know. I'm not going to be shocked if we see him this week. So, which we'll get stuck into the Hawks game coming up. Last game for the year. This will sound defeatist, and I don't mean it to be. We are 0 chance of winning this game because of the Clarkson's last game factor and the Sean Burgoyne factor. And before we go any further, I know they're opposition players and coaches, but what careers from both of those two gentlemen, Clarko, one of the greatest coaches we'll ever see, and Dimmer, obviously a byproduct of his hard work, which we've been able to get the rewards from. And Burgoyne is an exceptional player in his own right. And congratulations to both of them on outstanding careers.
Yeah, well said. Look, are we no chance? Look, I don't care. I hope we do. It's weird. I feel like a perennial non-finalist saying this, but this is a time of year when they get like your Carltons and your North Melbournes and all that sort of stuff. Supporters start really hoping their teams would lose so you improve your draft position. So that's how I feel. Like if we lose this game, as long as we play with enjoyment, a bit of a method, and it's an entertaining game, that'll satisfy me. I really want us to could be pick 7. We can get as our first rounder. That changes the currency for it. We can get our inside fucking young gun for a pick of that quality. I hope we lose. And also, too, just for Clarko, that he really gives an FU to Kennett. That'd be nice.
Well, I agree with the excitement thing. I mean, to be honest, and I think you can sort of read between the lines of what Dimmer said, I don't think there's obviously not going to be a Cochin. I don't think Presti will play. I wouldn't be shocked if Nankervis didn't play.
Why would Presti guys?
I don't know whether they're going to just do an overly cautious thing. I'm not sure.
He's not injured.
He's not injured, but do you run the risk of one of those guys doing a serious injury in a last game?
Got 6 months. He's got 6 months.
I know, but what if
he's going to fucking break his leg? Look, I would do a Melbourne. I would just, put the personnel that's going to give you a 98% chance to lose the game. Right? So just shove all the kids in there. And I would put them in their future positions. right?
Yeah, I want to see what the young kids have got. Like, I want to see RCT get another crack,
Yeah.
Samson Ryan, who was thrown to the wolves, he deserves another game of some kind.
That's right. And just say, okay, Garthwaite, you're kicking. Sorry, mate, you can't play in the. You can't play back. Your kicking gets exposed in the sense of that weird fucking kicking action. Plus, you lose your way. So you're going to be a forward. You're full forward. Jack, you're off. Put Jack Graham in the centre as the premier midfielder. All right, you're number one instructor. RCD, you're number two. And then and whatever kids we've got that are in VFL, make it the VFL side, but put him in right positions and then have some senior quality around. Give Lawson another run. He needs another run. He's hardly played all year. Don't worry about Asprey. Miller's fit. If he's put him in, that's what I'd be doing.
Bugger, Samson Ryan's injured. Damn. What about, is that Mate or Mate Colliner? We chuck him in?
Yeah, chuck them all in. Give Egg a farewell game. I'll be happy to see him this year. All right, Egg. What a disaster decision that was. Give Egg a go, Yeah,
it's going to be a very interesting game. So, the whole matchup-wise, it's actually hard to say because I won't be shocked if we swing 5 or 6 changes this week.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
With Cochin being a definite out, who comes in for Koch?
RCD is a logical one for me, But I'd say to him, you go in as an inside. Your job is to stay in the guts. I'm going to give you the minutes like we'd give the minutes for Koch and see how he goes. And I reckon Cumberland, there's a lot of love for Cumberland in the chat. I think he was emergency, I think, last week or the week before. I'd love to see him get a game just because his form in the last 2 games they were able to play really warranted selection. So I would love to see him get a game out there. Ralph, I had my first shot, mate, so I don't need to get vaccinated. But my coughing, where it was, I got off. I cut down my cigarette smoking. What killed me was my son's 20th. It was ruined because we couldn't have people over. So I had cigars. It's a family tradition for big occasions that the host has cigars. And I had a cigar and I overdid it. And I haven't. It's been 6 days now, 5 days, and I've got the cough back. So yeah, no COVID here, and I'm sure. You haven't got any COVID?
No, I don't know. I don't know why I'm struggling here, actually. This is a good suggestion. Benny Gale in the ruck for the lols.
Yeah. Look, I just put him in their future positions. Like I learned a lot this week preparing for the trade show, right? So, yeah, I'd put him in the future positions that you're going to earmark them on. That's what I'll play them as. So if it's Mansell as a defensive midfielder, give him a go. Lambert, all right, Lambert, half forward, but stay there. Expose our young backs and see how we go. Yeah, just play to have fun and inject speed, for heaven's sake.
Yeah, a bit of speed. That's what we want. Now, before we get a margin and prediction, just looking at the tail sent us through a message about the draft position. So we currently hold the most points in this upcoming draft, which is a position that is probably quite rare for a team coming off back-to-back flags to be in, to be honest. But what's your vibe? Without giving too much away.
Yeah.
Are we going to play the strong draft hand?
Yeah, look, I reckon some people forget too, we also got our future picks as well to play with this draft, right? So, and we've also got what's going to really, from what I've been learning, because I wasn't aware of this, apparently there's going to be what is that thing that they have when they have the top draftees? Is it not? I'm going to say Columbine, but that's a school that had the shooting. Is that what it's called?
The draft combine. Yeah,
Columbine. Here's me. What a tool I am. They're going to do another advanced combine, like a targeted one. Apparently, it's to get more of an idea on the talent because of the COVID write-off.
Tough gig as a recruiter. Jesus.
Yeah, so we've got a really fantastic, and we've also got clubs that are desperate for picks. No, sorry, for points.
Mm.
So they don't necessarily need a number one first rounder. What they need, because if someone bids early on someone that they want, and that's a throwaway pick
for Darcy, I think, and the Pies need points.
Perfect, yeah.
The day plus, they've got nothing else.
And what's going to help us too is we've got the ability to trade within the trade period. So as people are bidding on players,
trades.
Live trades. We've got that. I learned that too. So trades aren't a big thing for me. People funny picks and shit. I do trade names and stuff. I don't do, but I learned a fair bit this week. So, so that's really important too. But yeah, we've got our future first, and we've got people saying we're not going to get someone. No, we've got to target a specific type of player in mind. I know that is fact, and that we're looking at getting an established talent in as reinforcement. But we're also looking at backing in our existing talent with the talent we bring in. And we've got a clear plan of our deficiencies too. Disposal of the backline is another one. That's something that we're going to address too. So it's pretty exciting. And I'm going to be fascinated to see how it comes out. Yeah.
So just so everyone knows again, Wednesday night this week, 8:30 p.m. is our trade show. Looking forward to that one. It should be an absolute cracker with some of the stuff you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But for this game, for our final game for the year, what is your tip, including margin?
Well, I'm going to tip the Hawks. I reckon we don't have the personnel. We're going to play like it's the last game of the year. So I'll tip the Hawks by around about 23.
Yeah, I think the Hawks will win by about 26 to 30 points. I think we're going to play the young kids and see what they've got. Not just to see how they go. The Hawks, for me, have got too much to play for with the two farewell scenarios. So it is what it is. There's no shame in that either. That's okay.
Can I answer Dave's question, Dave Bruce Twentyman? Right, because that was the first question I asked in the meeting that I had. Is the draft going to be as strong because COVID, the unknowns? From what I got told, particularly the first 20 or so picks, this is a midfielders draft. A lot of the talent there are really good quality midfielders, inside, outside, hybrids. In this offseason, if we went to draft, we'll fix our midfield. But in saying that, another person, do we use Dusty as a lure? It's not only Dusty. People want to play with Koch. People surprised how well he's rated by other players. They want to play with the likes of Edwards. They want to play with the likes of Prestia. They want to play with the likes of Loston. But more importantly, the one I got told, they want to play with a player like Dan Curvis. So we've got, getting laurels about who they want to play with, and also being coached by one of the best coaches in the modern era, where the team realistically can keep the window wide open. We've not got no problem getting players in. It's really just we have to be targeted here, really specific, and if we don't get the one that we want, we have to invest in it because we are short on our TPP. We've got space, we have, but it's not like he's gone by where we could get one or two or three. It's one X amount. If we can't get that one this year, bank it, wait for the following year. But again, that all makes sense come Wednesday. Oh yeah, Katie, I actually found this out. He's recruited. He's contracted for next year. I asked a couple of mates of mine, and a couple of them, I'll be honest, are ex-players. That one of them in particular still deals with a few in the playing group. I asked him, is that true? He said to me, he'll find out. I spoke to him yesterday, and he said it's bullshit. He told. I got to tell you, I only tell you what he told me. Yeah, it's bullshit.
As in the trash rumors or the out-the-door rumors?
Yeah, that he's, quit the club, has gone on the vendor and all that sort of shit. That's shit. Caddy has not had a great year. His body's letting down all throughout the year. He hasn't had also, I can't say other parts of what he told me, but I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, he's contracted. Would he ask for a trade? That might happen. But if he's in the team next year, I can see him playing games. Well, more games than he played this year, which won't be hard. But no, it's not on a bender.
I think he's still got a very much required role within our team. Andrew, I just
want to clear up
that role is crucial.
I just want to clear this misconception. Andrew Parassi, how do you know so much internal information, and who do you have meetings with? Andrew, I'll say this. I don't get my mail from people at the club. Yeah, look, I've been a member for when I came here when I was 2 years of age from Spain, the first thing my dad did was buy a membership for me and him, and I haven't let that lapse. Oh no, I did. Sorry, for 2 years. But outside of that, I remember a very long time. With my work, I got to meet players and stuff, but players don't give you anything. Outsiders, is this player okay? And they don't give you trade news. They don't give you any of that. Anyone tells you they get info from a player is getting told the story. But I've been fortunate that through my working life, I've met really solid people that are in the industry because of the occupations that they do and industries they've been in and have been brought into the industry. And I've kept really strong relationship with them. And they know me as a bloke. And I've done things for them in other hats that I used to wear. So that's how I know. And also part of it, I've become good at it, at drawing the dots. So if I hear something from one mate, then another mate tells me the same thing and they don't know, I've asked the other one. And then I've got 3 guys. Then my third one tells me, then I go, yeah, okay. If they're all on the same page. That's why it's so bloody accurate. But no, I don't get internal mail from within the club. So hopefully that clears it up.
One, which you might talk about on Wednesday, so I don't want to steal thunder. There was one of my mates saw on a Facebook page, heaven forbid we believe Facebook pages, that Gold Coast were very strongly interested in CCJ, and there was speculation from someone about their first round pick.
No.
Now, that would be an outstanding outcome if that was the case, but I can't imagine it being true. But food for thought.
Gold Coast are after Chol. For me, it's flipped. Originally, it was CCJ as the main target and Chol's secondary. I think it's the other way around, to be honest with you. They really like Chol. And I'm not saying they discount CCJ either. They like him as well. But I'll leave it for Wednesday for how I think it's going to happen.
Fair enough. No, that's all right. I don't want to keep asking questions because I'll ruin Wednesday night. I don't want to do that. So, trade show, Wednesday night, folks, 8:30 p.m. You'll be able to watch us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, whatever your social channel is. Make sure you tag your Tiger friends and let them know that it's happening. We'll put out, obviously, some posts beforehand. Hopefully, CB will be with us that night as well, and he can say g'day and give his 2 cents worth. But should be a great show. So thank you for everyone for tuning in tonight. Much appreciated. Thanks for sending through all your comments and your opinions. We always love it. And stay safe out there, everyone. And we will speak to you all on Wednesday night. Get pumped for the trade show.
And get vaccinated. No. Mate, if you get vaccinated, I'm going to give you a word of warning. I did the AZ vax. I thought it was the Pfizer. No, it was the AstraZeneca. I'm fine as a daisy now. But I tell you what, the night care is Michael's. I had it, I think it was on the Thursday night. Yeah. I woke up screaming. It was strange, mate. And then on Friday, I felt like shit. But now the arm's not sore. Oh, it's still a little bit temp, I'm not sore, but that's the only side effect. Other than that, I'm spot on. So go get it. It takes 30 minutes to organise it and get it to the shot. So,
and just stay safe and stay mentally healthy. Safe. Make sure you talk to people, reach out. Our inboxes are always open if anyone wants to chat. So it's a tough gig in the world at the moment, but just all stay safe, love each other, support each other, and we'll all get through it. So Wednesday night, folks, we will see you then, 8:30 p.m. trade show. Get around it. It should be a good one.
Take care, guys.
See you, everyone.